What is up, Knob Sloppers? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for it. This time it's going to be in Major League Baseball for Tuesday, June the 1st. Game is going to be played between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Miami Marlins. Going for the Jays is Robbie Ray, and for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara. Current betting spread is Jays minus 155, total 8.5. So, nice to bounce back on the live vids, grabbing the first 5 minus a half from Friday. Also, by the way, I hope you all enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. If you did not, I don't know what to tell you. But I hope you all did. Obviously, the extra day off for many and maybe 2 days off for many. Maybe a little vacation, or the weather wasn't great here in the Northeast. But hopefully you enjoyed the extra days off. Anyway, back to normal things on this video. Like I said, grab the win with the Jays first 5 minus half. Move these vids to 12 and 6 plus 6.7 U, as the cool kids say. Followed this up with a live show 3-0 sweep from Saturday. I hit, one of the plays, and then 2 of them were split correlated. So picked up a few units there, and then split the plays from the live vid that I gave out on Sunday with Joey. Joey, though, went 2-1, so picked me up there for a profitable show. Overall, good week with the live vids. So nice to get back on track. For those wondering why I don't track like all the picks long-term from the live shows on like a running tally, it's because it's truly a lose-lose for me. And here's why, because I've done it before. I go through each game and, give it, take, and tell you what I like and where I see value and where I see the most value, is typically what I line as my best bets. But I do talk on each game and justification, if you will, for each. It's lose-lose, though, for me, because let's say I give out a best bet that I have, like, say, 30, 40 cents off market. I then give you another few bets that I have 20 cents off market. And then some quote-unquote strong leans that are about 10 cents or so off market. At video end, I've given you about 7 or 8 picks to chew on. And if the best bet loses, but all the others win, I'm a hero to some. But to others, I'll be 0-1. If the best bet wins, but all the others lose, I'm a hero to some. And then others want my head because they maybe went 2-6 or whatever if they played everything. I found over the years it's just easier to freely give my perspectives and just track these solo plays. Obviously, I track all my own bets and the bets I give out to Run Pure folks, but I just wanted to address that. If anybody had any questions on that, if you're still, have issues with the tracking concerns, you can swallow a sword. All right, that might have been a bit harsh. I'll take that back, kind of, I guess. But no, seriously, I just wanted to make that clear. It has nothing to do with I don't want to track everything on the live show. I just feel like it's always been a lose-lose for me. I give you a lot of perspective in games, take it or leave it. But again, I'll always track these solo plays. I'll tell you what, though, these days I've been balls deep into the French Open and a lot of tennis. And not like balls deep in the sense that I need to research for the best lines and best odds. I mean, watching the French Open balls deep, like spark plugs attached to my nipples with some freshly scented candles. Dim the lights, go to town. Am I right? Being a big tennis fan, it's nice to have these majors back. We had the AU Open earlier and now the French. This doesn't distract me totally from baseball, though. I've also stopped getting death threats about needing to mow my lawn, so that's a good thing. Just so many things trending positively here. Let's see if we can keep the mojo going. Now, I don't do this often, or I know I said I don't do this often with first 5 bets and laying a half run, but right back to the well here for me. Once again, going to lay the half run with the Jays first 5. This time, though, behind Robbie Ray. There's a few things here, but I'm going to start with Sandy Alcantara, who comes into here off one of his best starts of the season at home against the Phillies. He induced 15 ground balls, which is by far a season high. But was this start really that impressive, or his last few? The Phillies in that game were without Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Didi Gregorius, Andrew McCutcheon, and Adam Hazley. So 5 starters out. Yeah, do of that what you will. And then his previous start versus the Phillies wasn't that much different of a lineup either. Then he plays the Brewers lineup, which was heavily degraded. I mean, just go back and look at these game logs of bats he had to face. And then in between those, of course, was an 8-run disaster versus a quality hitting team in the Dodgers. I do think Alcantara is a very good pitcher, but a bit smoke and mirrors. He's also has some egregious home road splits. Of course, we'll be on the road here, which goes back to smoke and mirrors talk. Alcantara plays in one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in all of baseball. Away from that stadium, his ERA is 5.26, weighted OBA of 330. And again, he faces National League talent here. He played the Rays in his first start. But again, that was still in his home ballpark. He's also about just as bad versus righties as he is lefties on the road. As I said with the last video, Toronto's lineup puts a ton of pressure on opposing pitchers, and Alcantara doesn't have anywhere to hide playing in an American League ballpark here. No pitcher batting. Credit to Alcantara, though, who's currently got one of the game's best changeups. Rolling with this pitch about 30% of the time to go along with his 97 to 98 mile-an-hour fastball. He will likely lean on this changeup again as he's done on most of the season. He's throwing this pitch more than he ever has in his career, and again, it's been the pitch that he's developed very well. But look, again, this Jays team is filled with sharp bats. I wouldn't expect this to be anything they haven't seen this year. There's an added element to this as well of Alcantara now throwing on what's going to be about 7 days of rest with his Sunday start getting postponed. No game for the Marlins today as in Monday, and then, of course, he'll be going Tuesday. Pitchers are creatures of habit. He's a few days extra rested here. Some think, more rest might be good, but certainly not the case for a pitcher. I've always felt this makes things more favorable for hitters. Now let's move over to Robbie Ray, who's coming off his worst start of the season versus the New York Yankees. Is it crazy, though, that a lefty who's prone to the home run ball and walks in his career struggled heavily versus a righty-heavy squad for the Yankees? I think not. Now he draws a friendly Marlins lineup who has scored a total of 7 runs in their last 5 games. This lack of runs is likely because of some of the injuries they're dealing with, though. Jazz Chisholm, Adam Duvall, Brian Anderson, Miguel Rojas have all been out. There is a chance those first 2 names pop back in the lineup for this game, depending when you're watching this video, today or tomorrow. But even so, maybe some rust. This Marlins team has quite a black hole at the bottom of this lineup. And if Robbie Ray can keep his walks down, which he's done very well this season, he should be all right versus them. Robbie Ray's bad starts this year have been when he's given up multiple long balls. There is some staggering disparity with his ERA and numbers when he gives up 1 home run or less versus 2 or more. Seems obvious, right? You give up more home runs, you're going to give up more runs. But he has like a staggering difference in runs when he gives up 2 or more home runs in a game. A few bats like Starl Marte and Aguilar could be feared here from the right side. But after this, there really isn't anything about this lineup that's alarming, especially with how they've been hitting recently. Also interesting about Robbie Ray, as was common with a lot of pitchers, first time through the order, super dominant. Very good the second time through, then absolute gas can the third time through the order. Hopefully, though, that third time is already past the 5th inning. Now, no need for me to go into weather or bullpens here, as it's irrelevant. If we're at the bullpens on either side by the 5th inning, this bet is likely already decided in either direction. And with no total play on the game here, weather's irrelevant to me. I will say, though, I did want to bet this over 8.5. I just don't know who's coming back for the Marlins, and it's hard to bet an over when you feel like going in, you need the Jays to do it for you. Look, the Marlins could spark some offense or life into them, but they just haven't had that the last 5 or 6 games. And again, this game's streaky, folks. All in all, I get a Jays team who's in the midst of a good hitting run, which they will be often throughout this season with all these big bats. This team is nearing full health with potency all over the lineup, up and down. Alcantara's had some good fortune of lineups that he's seen recently, and now that's going to take a 180, seeing a very hefty Blue Jays lineup. Robbie Ray's not always a fun pitcher to back because of his home run ball and walk issues, but again, his walks have been down this year, and there's not a lot of bats to fear home run-wise on this Marlins team. So again, play is Jays minus half run first 5. Got that minus 110. Bet MGM in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope a meteor lands in your living room. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the vid. Let me know maybe who you are betting tomorrow. As you guys know, comment section, warm water, dive on in. I always get back to you, and I always appreciate the comments as well. We have content, of course, lined up on this channel all week, MLB, NBA, so stay tuned for that. Spread Tyler, DFS crew will, as always, have you covered in NBA. Joey's going to have you covered in baseball for the next few days. I'll be back on Thursday night with a pick for Friday, but until then, be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe. Thanks again for watching.